What is happening, guys? This is Lineage coming at you with another video. So today I'm going to be reviewing episode Ignis. Yes, I know episode Ignis has been out for a while. I think it's around a week since it's been out, but I waited for the hype to dial down so I can give my honest opinion of how this game is. And I must say, this DLC is amazing. Definitely, like, I would say it is my personal favorite DLC for Final Fantasy 15. That includes episode Gladiolus, episode Prompto, and even the Comrades. I never played the Comrades actually, but I definitely love this DLC. Regardless of that, the reason why I love this DLC is because of various reasons. Now, before I go any further on, I would like to input a spoiler warning just in case. So yes, right now, a spoiler warning if you did not play episode Ignis. However, regardless of that, let's just dive straight into it. So, episode Ignis focuses mainly on Ignis as well as what happened in Altitia during the fight with the Leviathan. Now, of course, this was a very important detail of how Ignis also lost his eyesight. And we even see more of how manipulative Arden can be. Of course, Ravus can see through it. I don't know how he could see through it, but maybe he could actually sense it, probably. And of course, this has a lot of feels to the Final Fantasy 15 universe because there's a lot of story and in-depth and a lot of tears. My god, why are they doing that to Iggy? Regardless of that, the honest opinion I have to say is that this DLC is good. Definitely worth the $5 if you didn't buy the seasonal pass. If you buy the seasonal pass, you will get all the episodes as well as Comrades. And this DLC is definitely a must-have if you have Final Fantasy 15 because the combat is great, the story fills a lot of gaps within the main story, and even you get to fight side by side with Ravus. You even get to learn a little bit more about Ravus because in the Kingsglaive movie you learned a little about him but not fully, and you get to understand why he actually betrayed the Niflheim Empire is because of his sister Luna. And yes, you fight side by side to him, and honestly this was a great choice for a partner. A lot of people were speculative about why he would be your partner. I actually see now, after playing this DLC, he was a great character to actually be on your side, and actually the first character to fight within the DLC that's not as an extra, like an extra match such as with the Gladio and Core match, or even the Prompto and Aranea match. You actually fight him within the story of Final Fantasy 15, so that's actually pretty cool. And the fight itself was pretty awesome. I wouldn't say it was hard, but definitely an amazing fight. A lot of emotion within this fight. I actually felt bad fighting Ravus because after him seeing his sister's death, I actually felt bad actually fighting him because after this DLC I have a new respect for Ravus because that's how much this DLC actually changed my opinion on Ravus. And even in this DLC, before I played it, Prompto was actually my favorite bro from the 4 bros because of his DLC. And while playing this DLC, Ignis from my 3rd favorite bro to now my favorite bro, even more favorite than Prompto himself. Now of course I cannot rank them because they are all unique, but definitely Ignis, if I had to say which bro is my favorite, I would say Ignis is now my favorite because of this DLC. Even at one point within the DLC, Praina dies, which actually symbolizes Luna's death because Luna also died within this part. But Praina actually showed the future to Ignis. Now, knowing the future of that King Noctis had to sacrifice his life actually showed that he knew it from chapter 10 that Noctis had to give up his life. And that must have been emotional not only for Ignis but for us as the players, knowing that he knew it from the start is just beautiful and quite saddening. And even within this DLC we get to see that my boy Iggy, how he lost his eyesight was when he put the ring on. This was an amazing story, or an amazing choice by Square Enix to put this within the story, because even within the Kingslave movie, to use the ring, and if you are not of royal blood, you would have to sacrifice your life. However, Iggy used this to save the king, so I guess his fate was actually a little bit less lethal by actually sacrificing his eyesight. This scene right here actually astounded me, because this was just an amazing choice. Like, even this scene right here, when he sees Noctis and it fades within black darkness, this is just amazing, just great work. And oh my god, look at how badass this man is. God, why can't we see more of this Ignis? Oh damn, he awoken his Sharingan Susanoo stuff right now, damn. And there are two choices within the chapter 3, where you would have to choose to actually stand your ground against Arden or play along. If you actually fought him, you would actually have to fight Arden within Altissia, but if you actually choose to play along, he'll take you to Zegnorta's Keep. So this would actually imply what would have been if Ignis had to play along. But what actually got me within the second version of the DLC is the fact that a mysterious voice,
feeding on the dusk and embracing the darkness, he spurned the dawn, affecting a life untouched by time. And through the coming of Night Eternal, he now seeks to exact vengeance upon his own blood.
yes, it said own blood, and that voice, who is that voice? Is it Shiva? Is it Luna? Actually, within the credits, it actually says Luna. Luna's voice actress actually was in this DLC. So this could be her, so it could be Luna, but I think it could be Eos. Because a lot of people are saying, oh, Eos is not in this game. She's just a made up person now. So, but you have to wonder, why do they still implement Eos if Square Enix isn't gonna actually use Eos for anything? Because even in certain areas you can see images of Eos, not even within the DLC but in the main game. So yes, this could actually be Eos, or I would say it's most likely Eos, but there's a possibility of it being Luna. However, I do not think it is Shiva, because I heard Shiva's voiceover and that is definitely not Shiva. So yeah, that actually is pretty cool. And even Arden himself, there's a huge plot revealed about him, with him saying that he has a brother. Now, considering the fact who is his brother,
The Founder King? If only. No, that would be my dear brother, who snatched the throne and cast me into exile.
and then you'll fight Arden within Zegnorta's Keep, and Square Enix really knows how to make you feel sad, because they will make you put the ring on, you fight, and then after a while it'll tell you to risk your life or to sacrifice. Now when you risk your life, I think around 2 times, then you can no more risk your life. You'll have to either sacrifice or give up. Now if you give up, there is a special scene where Arden actually says he was almost killed, but actually, like this right now, the ring power has worn off. It was practically harder when you use risk your life, because you don't have the full power of the ring, and whenever you actually lose power, you will be taken into this limbo like state. And my god, what do they do to Iggy? And then it always says, if thou dost wish to save the king, a sacrifice must be made. You'd either have to give up, risk your life, or sacrifice it. I chose sacrifice my life so I can get the full power of the ring. But regardless of that, this meant that Noctis was not the first to fight Arden. It was actually Ignis. Whether you choose the normal route or the alternate route, Ignis was the first to fight Arden either way. But of course, within this alternate route, it's quite different. They would say that it would not actually be any, it would not actually affect the main story. So, but within this DLC, a lot of people are speculating whether this is the canon ending, whether it's not the canon ending, whether or not it's the ending that should have happened, did happen. It's a lot of speculations, actually dividing the fan base into two, whether or not you would say this ending right here where the four bros are together and they going to fight Arden, and Ignis is not even blind because Noctis heals him. Yes, Noctis actually heals him, and they actually go to fight Arden, which is just an amazing thing. And he even says we walk tall together, which could represent that they are now fighting alongside each other. Now we do not know anything about this because it actually cuts off, but even within this with this selection in the alternate route, Ravus doesn't die, and he even hands the sword of the father straight to Noctis. I mean, look at this man, after 10 years he's rocking that beard. Damn. But honestly, he actually gives the sword of the father to Noctis, and Noctis he even bows down to Noctis, which actually shows how much he actually respects Noctis now compared to when he was within the chapters within Final Fantasy 15 when he actually wanted to kill Noctis. Actually, I wouldn't say kill, but he did have a grudge against Noctis. And now, even with this scene, Ignis actually nods his head to Ravus, which actually symbolizes the respect, and he actually goes along with the bros, which represents that he could be fighting Arden within this alternate route. And we can see the lights are on before the fight, whereas within the normal ending there were no lights. And after that it actually shows the dawn, and then it transfers to another scene where there is light, and we see a person walking to the throne, this person being Ignis, and him not even wearing glasses. So what does this mean? And then he actually goes up and he looks to Noctis. Yes, he bows down to the king, who is now Noctis, and normally within the normal story he dies, but within this alternate ending he lives. And then he says, "Your Majesty." But we know within the Final Fantasy 15 lore, the true King of Kings has to sacrifice his life in order to save everyone, and it's called possibilities. Now Nomura stated that this is not canon, and this is actually just a possibility. But honestly, dude, this guy wants to kill me because he doesn't want to eat his vegetables. What is your problem? I'm just trying to look out for you. If you don't like your vegetables, just say it. Don't transport me to another dimension with your goddamn ring, boy. However, all I have to say is about episode Ignis is the fact that it is an amazing DLC. And even with Noctis living, I would say that Luna sacrificed her life in order to save Noctis within this alternate ending. However, regardless of that, that is about it for episode Ignis. An amazing DLC. One of my favorite, like I said, it is my favorite DLC of all of the DLCs. And in episode Arden, which is confirmed for 2018 to come out, I want to see if they will touch upon Arden's past and maybe touch upon this new alternate ending, because at the end of the main game of Final Fantasy 15, the beginning of the game all starts again with the actual car driving. You know that scene when the car is broken down and another car is actually driving. This scene is shown again within the end of Final Fantasy 15, so which could represent that the timeline keeps on repeating itself. So what could there be within this alternate ending too? Will we see it in episode Arden? Tell me what you thought of episode Ignis within the link within the comment section below. And however guys, that is it for this video. Please like this video, comment your thoughts, share with friends, subscribe to become a fellow lightning bolt. And however guys, that is it for this video, and as always, this is the Lightning H8. Blaze out.